Nitro Type leagues have been out for a little while now, and I have to say I definitely like them. So now that leagues have been out for a little while, I like to talk about what I think about them, both the good and the bad. I'm not really sure what I'm going to call this video because it's probably just going to be a lot of rambling about leagues, but let's just get into some of the pros. Some of this is just going to be voiced over racing footage. Other parts of this video are going to be actually on the website, just for your information. The first pro is the fact that it is definitely a lot more motivational. I think most of us know that by now, because unless you were a botter and your team is full of botters, there is a very low chance that you were actually going to get high on leaderboards. And now there are personal and team leaderboards again, which is nice because it kind of promotes you to race for yourself and for your team. You don't have to be dependent on a bunch of other people to be successful. I definitely feel, because especially now that I'm in the pro league, I know I'm a little behind most of the other people right now, I was on vacation, but now that the leagues are starting to step up in difficulty, which I'll talk about later, I have a lot more motivation to race and keep up, and I actually do have to try now to be in the league, which is kind of appreciated considering I haven't had to try hard on Nitro Type in a really long time to do anything. So I'm here at Nitro Type right now, and I'd like to kind of go to the leagues page to talk about the next pro, and this one's not necessarily a pro for everyone, but I definitely think of it as one, and that is that leagues are a lot harder, especially once you start advancing. For instance, the first 3 leagues I won without even really having to try. This one I actually do kind of have to try on. You can see here I've done 126 races since last evening, and I'm only in 5th, and I've actually been having to fight for that position to stay there. I was first for a little bit, and then I actually got down to like 8th or 9th, and then I managed to get myself back up to 5th. I've been kind of busy with other stuff. I would definitely be higher if I had the time, but I do not. So I imagine, I originally thought I was just going to kind of advance through all the leagues, get to the Legends League, do the tournament, win the tournament, and then just kind of sit there and do nothing. Kind of like how seasons were in the past, where it didn't really matter. You didn't have to try that hard. You'd get through the season, and then it's just another feature that's been added that's not that hard. This is probably not going to be like that. If the Pro League is this difficult, and I've already talked to people in the Ace League who said it's pretty difficult, I can't imagine what the rest of the leagues are like, where it's probably going to be almost impossible to advance, I imagine. I know a lot of people really wanted to get to the Legends League so that they could do the tournament and get the car. I don't think a whole lot of people are actually going to make it that far, which is kind of unfortunate to say, but at least there's some sort of challenge on the site now. However great leagues are, I still think that there are some features that would be nice to have, and I'd like to talk about those for a minute. So the first thing I'd like to see added to leagues would be some sort of graduation feature, where if you manage to do well enough in a league, you can graduate early and get to the next league, or maybe even skip a league if they determine you to be good enough, and I would only really like to see this feature implemented in the first 3 to 4 leagues. The reason for that being, anyone who's really active, who just hasn't raced in a long time, is going to make it very hard for all the other people in those leagues to advance, because it's one more slot that they're not going to be able to advance. The other nice thing about that is that the really active players don't have to waste their time in a bunch of leagues, they can just advance to the next ones. I'd also like to see an extra rewards feature where if you're first place in a league, you get more cash for advancing to the next league than just the standard system now where everyone gets cash if they advance, and maybe also have rewards for how much you win by. If you manage to win your league by like 100,000 XP, maybe get more rewards than if you only won it by 10,000 XP. And that's pretty much it for my review right now. I'm still working on getting videos out. I know I haven't made like an actual normal video in a month. I've been really busy. I set up my PC and then something went wrong. I made a stupid mistake myself. I uninstalled something and reinstalled it thinking that would fix something, and it caused more problems. So I had to do a fresh install of Windows, and then I was diagnosing another issue that I'm not entirely sure what caused it, and I'm not 100% sure if I fixed it yet. But hopefully I got that issue fixed, and I should be able to start making videos on a fairly consistent basis, and once I do confirm that all those issues are gone, I am going to start live streaming again, which will be awesome. Have a fantastic day, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one.